this Sunday. First pitch on the way. Get going right on time at 1:05 and a very comfortable 71 degrees at game time this afternoon.
Another terrible day in San Diego.
Oh,
my
miserable.
gosh, how do we put up with this? Absolutely gorgeous on this Memorial Day weekend. Glad you could join us here on Canal Quattro.
CY coming off a win.
It'd be interesting today with the Cubs and the way they are struggling. We talked about it in the pregame show. If Chris Young's strikeouts are up.
That's popped up, battling the sun. And Adrian calls off Hundley and makes the catch. Good play by Adrian there. You could tell that Nick was having some issues, more issues with the sun, and Adrian coming down the line had the better angle.
Well, if Chris Young is around the strike zone with his fastball, with the way these Cubs are struggling, look forward to having Chris Young going deep into the ball game. With the way that this staff has been pitching lately on this homestand, see no reason why Chris Young shouldn't follow suit. Day game, a little bit of a glare out there, got the stealth fastball working. But it's all about getting ahead with the fastball, because then he can make those Cubs hitters chase that slider down in the dirt or out of the strike zone.
Terrio puts it on the ground to the shortstop. And Josh Wilson getting the start there. High throw, but Adrian comes back down on the base. And 2 away. Now the Cubs made a late change, scratching Derek Lee. So here's their lineup. Soriano, Terrio, Hoffpower is getting the start at first. Milton Bradley in the cleanup spot. Reed Johnson at center. Fontenot at second. Soto catching. Scales playing third base. And Lilly pitching. A very late change for Lou Piniella when the lineup cards came out.
Oh, thanks, Lou. Now I've got the white out. I've got to just redo everything.
So this is Hoffpower, who was not in the original lineup. Now batting in the 3 spot. Hoffpower got the start in left field last night. Played in right field 2 nights ago. Playing first base today. 3 games, 3 different positions. Didn't leave any picket fencing anywhere, did you? Did you need to take home with you?
I'm taking my fence and I'm going home.
2 outs, bases empty in the Cubs' first inning. Nicely placed on the inside corner, popped up. Again, battling that sun. Wilson makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down. Nothing across for Chicago. And the Padres coming to bat. those who did not make it back.
Absolutely. And if you haven't taken a tour of the Midway, you must. We'll take a look at the DIs and the Marines who are in attendance this afternoon, soaking up some sun.
Eckstein pulls it foul. So David back in the starting lineup. Didn't get the full game off last night. Came in defensively in the 9th inning, so he has played now in all 44 games. He and Adrian the only two to have played in every game this year for San Diego. Ted Lilly's 0-2. Whipped into the seats.
You know, I talked to David after that game where he fouled the one off his knee and then the other knee. And he said, you know what? I cannot be afraid to turn on the inside fastball. Pitchers will come back in there like they just did. Heads up. Coming our way. John Bodecker makes the catch. You go, Bo. Nice. And he gave it to a kid. Nice going, Bo. That guy usually can't catch cold, let alone a foul ball.
Right three on the inside corner. Here's a look at the San Diego lineup with that out front. Then Hairston in center field. Adrian Kuzminoff in the cleanup spot. Hundley, Headley, Drew Macias is in right field with Wilson at short. And Chris Young pitching. And Scotty Hairston. Good career numbers against Ted Lilly. And here comes Scott.
Give me a guy like Ted Lilly in the rotation, 2 or 3 guys like this guy, and you're good to go. I love this guy's stuff. Great numbers. Love the way he pitches. Fastball, cutter, curveball change. Cutters away to the lefties, into the righties. He's got stones, is what I'm trying to say.
He's been solid for a number of years.
Yes, he has.
The 1-0. Back through the box and into center field. Lilly may have slightly redirected that. 1-out single. Let's take a look at the defense behind Lilly. Brought to you by SD Storage, where $1 moves you in. Go to SDStorage.com to find a store near you today. Soriano, Johnson, and Bradley are in the outfield. Hoffpauir is getting to start at first base with Derek Lee, the late scratch. Hairston aboard, his second hit of the series. He brings up Adrian Gonzalez. Raul Ibanez homered yesterday in interleague play for the Phillies against the Yankees, so he now leads the majors in the National League with 17. Adrian at 16. Let's take into account where Raul Ibanez plays his home games.
Absolutely.
Compared to where Adrian does. That's apples and oranges there.
That's a great point. Bandbox, Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, where the ball just jumps. Totally different.
And Ibanez homered yesterday at Yankee Stadium, which according to the statistics right now is giving up more home runs than Coors Field did in its heyday.
Wow. So they're going to put a humidor in Yankee Stadium?
They're going to have to put a humidor at sea level in Yankee Stadium.
You know what? I've talked to people. They say the reason why there's that jet stream in right center field is because the concourse is open. Where in the old Yankee Stadium it was all enclosed. They didn't have that jet stream.
Rolling out towards right field there. Just missed the inside corner. According to Hunter Wendell-Stad, our plate umpire.
And you know what? Even at home, if you've got the volume up, maybe you've got it down because you don't want to listen to me. But anyway, Hunter Wendell-Stad, the home plate umpire, you will know if it's a ball or a strike and where it is.
He'll let you know.
Outside, down, up.
There goes the base runner, Hairston.
Oh, he had a good jump. Well, on the left, on the lefty, you know what? It could have been a hit and run, but he goes on the first move because that pitch was on the inside part of the plate. You're right. Adrian Gonzalez swings and fouls it out of play, so Scotty's got to go back.
Man on base, but the infield still shifting.
Yep.
Here for the Cubs. Playing Adrian to pull, especially on the left side, with Scales way off the line. It's softly right side. Fontenot, lead man out, and the first to double play. Cubs turn the 4-6-3 to win the inning. Base hit, nobody left on, and after the frame, no score.
Seventh at 105 and get your own Padres photo frame.
All kids 14 and younger receive a Padres photo frame presented by Macy's, and get your tickets early and save at Padres.com. Milton Bradley leading off. In the air to right. Macias, though, with plenty of room. Let's take a look at the Padres defense. They're strong, and then there's Army strong. Find out more at GoArmy.com. Headley, Hairston, and Macias today in the outfield. Wilson getting the start at short.
I'd like to see Drew get 4 or 5 at-bats. And we've got old reliable David Eckstein back at second base. Got to come up for a nickname for Eck.
Old reliable was Tommy Henrik.
Was it really?
Of the Yankees? I
Oh,
think
wow.
That's what Mel Allen called
I did not know that.
Reed Johnson. Need to start in center field for the Cubs today. The 1-1. Pushes the bunt. A little too hard, though. Adrian able to scoop it up and win the race to the bag.
Boy, the Cubs trying everything to get some base runners. I know it's early, going into the second inning, but Reed Johnson thinking that Adrian's playing back. That's not a bad push bunt. Pushing it his way. And then the race is on, but Adrian just too close to the bag. And Chris Young doing a fine job. The old Clydesdale getting over there. Covering on the right side.
Mike Fontenot. Couple of hits last night. Has his average back up over the 200 mark.
Oh.
Right off the mask. Taking the mask off of Nick Hundley.
Want to be a catcher? Well, listen to this. Oh my gosh. You got to be some type of special athlete to strap on that stuff.
Breaky ball fouled back. Well, the average just over 200. Fontenot with 5 homers on the year. Gets jammed, pops it up. Hundley able to make the catch near the screen. CY was retired the first 6 Chicago hitters of this game. And get your tickets early and save. And Kuz leading off. That's pretty cool. The way those planes.
That's called skywriting.
Skywriting. Nicely done. Go Padres.
Very cool. He's up there for like, 6-8 minutes, they say. Nice little way to advertising.
Sharply behind the bag at third. Scales with the long throw. Well, Noah Ramos Ramirez due to the shoulder injury. But Scales filling in well at third base for Chicago.
Scales is going to be busy if Ted Lilly is on with that cutter to the right-handed hitters, because guys are going to try to yank that ball, right? Try to pull it. And if it's down in the zone, he'll be busy with a lot of grounders.
Strike one to Nick. Sunday day game, which is not all that unusual. But a Monday day game tomorrow due to the holiday. Strike on the outside corner. So if you're thinking perhaps there was a chance Blanco may catch, just kind of the Sunday routine, you have to keep in mind early game tomorrow on the road. And perhaps you'll see Henry then. Big breaking ball gets him looking. Second strikeout for Lilly.
He's got that short breaking ball, and then he's got the, I don't want to call it the ephus, but that's the big rainbow yacker.
2 away for left fielder Chase Headley. First start of the series for Chase. He's come off the bench as a pinch hitter each of the first 2 games. And that breaking ball catching the low part of the zone, according to Hunter Windelstead.
That's a darn good pitch. Now, we've mentioned before the catcher sits so far back that where he catches it, it might look low, but that ball actually crosses the plate. Well, my good buddy, as we take a look at this curveball here, look at that. That's nasty. That's good. That's good. My good buddy Jack Evans said that David Eckstein should be the weapon.
It's not a bad nickname.
I like it. Secret weapon, maybe?
Well, that's what
that was
Mike
Jose
Shannon
Oquendo.
called Jose Oquendo in St. Louis.
So
for
we can't use
years.
that.
An 0-2 pitch. Windelstead flinched a little bit like he was about to ring him up, but decided against it.
Good pitch, but off the plate just a little bit. It's definitely high enough. It's just inside. Cutter. Giving away batting helmets today. The 1984 commemorative brown helmet. And the kids sporting them today. Nice. Yeah. You're set. Yep. What's that Philly fan doing here? Is that a scout?
Advanced scouting. They're the next home opponent, June 1st, 2nd and 3rd.
Yeah.
More of the batting helmets. Lilly's 2-2 to Chase. Fouled.
The park at the park is just packed.
Oh, perfect day for it.
I mean, you can see some lawn, but there are tons of people out there, which is great. Hey, give us a wave out there. You're on the big screen there behind the batter's eye. Give us a wave. All right.
Maybe next time.
Nice. That's the camera that Craig Nichols is running.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Lilly, who's down fan 3, and the Friars go down in order in the 2nd. Both starters off to fine beginnings, and at the end of 2, no score.
the National League West rival Diamondbacks on Saturday, June 6th, and get the coolest giveaway of the year, a Padres action figurine.
It is pretty cool. Visit Padres.com to get your tickets for Padres action figurines presented by Chase.
People still lining up, waiting to get in and buy tickets, and it's all good.
Still a lot of baseball to play here. Top of the third. Soto, the catcher, leading off for the Cubs, and looks at strike one.
You know, there's something about a day game and a beautiful day like this in San Diego when it's a park that's packed. People still lining up to come in. Some serious electricity, especially the way that the Padres have been playing.
Beautiful day at the yard. Soto, Scales, and the pitcher Lilly coming up here in the Chicago third. Soto 1 for 4 in this series. The National League Rookie of the Year last year. Won it going away.
Well, like teams that win the whole thing or pitchers that win the Cy Young Award, you become a marked man, you become a marked team. And Soto going to have to make some adjustments. Hitting .208 going into this game, only 1 home run. He's driven in 10.
.285 a year ago with 23 homers and 86 RBIs. Became the first ever National League rookie catcher to start an All-Star game. Received 31 of 32 first place votes to earn Rookie of the Year, so nearly unanimous. Joey Votto got the only other first place vote, and that's to dead center field. Hairston backpedaling and makes the catch. Hit about 375 to straightaway center. A ball that, say at Wrigley on a different day, probably gets out.
Well, the wind here at Petco Park blowing straight down off the end of the bat just a little bit. You see the location of the pitch? Outer half of the plate may be off a little bit, and not today, big boy. Let's see, F8.
We'll see why 2 starts ago pitching at Wrigley came into the start having allowed only 1 home run on the year and gave up 4 with the wind blowing out at Wrigley that day. Would you say you when you pitch at Wrigley or play at Wrigley, get out of the cab, check the flag?
That's right. Absolutely right. But, you know, when you go in the clubhouse and you go out for batting practice and you go back in, you come back out, it could be
totally different.
Totally different.
Fouled back by Scales.
Slight breeze.
A little different in San Diego.
Oh, yeah.
Get out of the cab, check the SPF.
Well, you suggest, say, like a 50?
Yeah, you need it today. Big time.
You need a lid, too.
Especially a fair-skinned Irishman like yourself.
Today,
myself.
Today's a good lid day.
Strike. Got him looking. That's CY's first strikeout of the day.
Looks like a little slider. Backdoor style, right on the outside corner. Nicely done for CY.
His counterpart, Lilly, has 3 strikeouts, which have all been looking, and now CY gets Scales looking. So here is Lilly up there ripping. If you bring the umbrella, you can go sans lid. Even though still have one on there.
We've had this discussion before, umbrella or a parasol, right? That's an umbrella. Protects you from the rain.
Well, when I was growing up in St. Louis, Lou Brock came out with the Brock umbrella.
Oh, that's right. That was Lou Brock that started that?
Yeah, it really covered the head. As well as that does. 3 balls and a strike on Lilly here. Do some gardening in that.
Oh, yeah.
3-2. 9 up, 9 down against CY. Bottom 3 will come up for the Padres when we return to Petco. www.sdmts.com. And by Ron Baker Chevrolet, your home for the Silverado Superstore.
Well, beautiful skyline here. Beautiful skyline in Chicago also. And since the Cubbies are in town, I have to recite just one great line from the movie The Blues Brothers.
How do you pick one out of that movie?
Jake says, "How are you going to get the band back together, Mr. Hot Rodder? Those cops have your name, your address." Elwood says, "They don't have my address. I falsified my renewal. I put down 1060 West Addison." Jake says, 1060 West Addison? That's Wrigley Field.
Shallow left. Soriano coming in to make the catch. Well, now there is a scene later in the movie when they're standing there under the marquee.
That's right.
Looking for him.
It wasn't that Jake. That is not Jake Blues. That Jake gives the other team the blues.
That he does. Especially after the other night. With 6 scoreless and 10 punch outs.
This guy's still waiting after 101 years.
Strike out to Josh Wilson. Strike to Josh Wilson. You know, when we were up there just a week and a half ago, listening to the Cub fans saying, "Oh, the city hasn't had a championship in 101 years," and I'm thinking, the White Sox just won.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like that didn't even happen.
Right. Oh, I know.
Towards right center field. Bradley. Come break the bank at Sequan Casino through June 15th for your share of $300,000 in cash. Chris Young has 4 hits on the season, hitting a more than respectable .250.
Have you watched CY take BP?
I love it when he goes to right center.
Oh, he can put a bolt in one now. Big and strong.
Two outs, nobody aboard in the San Diego third. Cubs and Padres, the finale of this 3-game series. And the Padres facing a left-handed starting pitcher for the 17th time this year, most in the National League, far and away. And the southpaw Ted Lilly's 1-2. Just missing.
Pretty good pitch. That's a dandy. But you remember, Chris Young is 6'10". Got the high knees.
And there's his 5th base hit of the season. A 2-out single here in the 3rd.
6'10". He's got that long wingspan. This ball is away, and he goes out and gets it. That's a good-looking swing from Chris Young. Infield had him play to pull.
Second hit of the game for San Diego, and back to the top of the order in second baseman David Eckstein. Caught looking in the first was Eck. One of the very few times this year. One of the toughest guys to strike out in the National League. Into left center field, and Soriano cruising over. 2-out hit by CY. He's stranded. That's the first runner left on by the Padres. Still scoreless at the end of 3. Our question this: Ted Lilly was traded by the Expos to the Yankees as part of a package for what Japanese-born pitcher?
Ah, there's a San Diego tie in there, I think.
There is indeed a San Diego tie with that pitcher prior to that trade. So there's your hint. Chris Young will face the top of the order in the Cubs' 4th inning. Soriano, Terrio, and Hoffpower. Padres come in having won 8 in a row. Cubs come in having dropped 6 straight. Eight wins in a row, by the way, has tied the Dodgers for the longest winning streak in the major leagues this season. And the last time the Padres won 9 in a row, April 30th to May 8th of 2006. Soriano began the game by fouling out to the first baseman Adrian Gonzalez, and fouls this back.
It's got to be tough trying to pick up that baseball out of the hand of Chris Young. You know, he hides the ball so well. He's got some deception in his delivery, plus a day game, a little bit of glare.
Behind that,
86. Here it is. Fastball, there it is, right on the outside corner. And once again, remember, Soriano stays right up on top of the plate. So on the outside corner, that's like down the middle to him.
Reaching, little flare out towards right, but Eckstein says he has a beat on that. 1 out. Well, there is Alan Trammell. It's time for our Cabot Woodstein legendary performance. And on this date in 1984, Tramm hits a home run to help lead the Tigers to a 5-1 win over the then California Angels and improve their record to an absolutely incredible 35-5.
And we said it last night, and we say it all the time. His name comes up. I don't have a vote for the Hall of Fame. About why that man is not in the Hall of Fame, I will never know. You know what? Do yourself a favor if you're a baseball fan. Go to baseballreference.com. That's baseballreference.com and bring up Alan Trammell and check out his offensive numbers to other shortstops that played during that time. And then get back to me.
"20 years in the big leagues. For Trammell, all with the Tigers."
One of the best. Alan Trammell.
Terrio guides that out to right center and caught by Macias. Let's take you back, Alan Trammell.
Look at the close stance, trying to get in his kitchen and sending it out.
Off Dave Stewart. That's no easy chore there.
Yeah. He wore the uniform right, too. He had the baggy pants, the home whites, you know. Wore the stirrups the way they're supposed to be worn.
I asked him yesterday, I said, "So where's the World Series ring from '84? He said, "Yeah, I used to wear it for a lot of years, but kind of banged it up, nicked it a little bit. Now I just keep it in a safe deposit box, keep it around, and bring it out on special occasions."
That is a classic look. That was a great looking Detroit away uniform too. I like that version.
Opie to Hoffpower. 3-0. Popped out to short in the first inning. Swinging. Kuz nearing the stands. Reaching. He's got it. It's a pat on the back and says, "Hey, here's a souvenir for you." Hoffpower swinging 3-0, fouls out to Kuzminoff to end the inning. Nice effort. Sunday presented by the San Diego Imperial County Red Cross Chapter and its Services to Armed Forces program. For more information, visit sdarc.org. And today, the 3rd Recruit Training Battalion, Lima Company, Marines and DIs. Here at Petco Park, We salute you on this Memorial Day weekend. Part of the order for the Padres in the fourth in this scoreless game. Hairston leading off with one of the two San Diego hits, as Chris Young has the other. Oh, that one off his leg. Last 15 games has reached base safely in all of them with either a hit or a walk.
Stay hot. Stay hot, Scott.
Just busting him inside there. Here's the play that ended the top of the inning.
Look at that one guy. The one guy was reaching over into fair territory, or I should say, onto the field, but Kuz kept his concentration, and then Chris Young is like, hey, dude, way to pick me up.
Fly ball, shallow right center. And Bradley coming on. Hairston flies out, one away in the last of the fourth. Adrian grounded into a double play his first time up. Adrian took Lilly deep not once but twice at Wrigley Field 11 days ago on the 13th. They asked for the appeal. Doug Eddings at third. No swing. Top that foul, a ball and 2 strikes. Really came in with a road ERA of 5.87, 1.29 ERA at home at Wrigley Field.
You know, one of the ways you can try to beat Ted Lilly is swinging early in the count, because when he gets 2 strikes on a hitter, they're hitting .082.
Puts away Adrian. 4 strikeouts for Lilly.
Breaking ball down and away. He wanted to maybe start that on the front door and end up on the inside corner, but any way you put it, good tilt, took a little off, hence the strikeout.
You know, remarkable stat, which it may seem like a natural once you get to 2 strikes to put a guy away, but it's really not. I mean, there are a lot of pitchers who can't put a guy away at 2 strikes.
Either put them away swinging or make them swing badly at a pitch and hit a weak grounder or a fly ball. Although the one thing the Padres have going for him, he's got a 5.87 ERA on the road this year.
Well, today, with a 2-strike count, Padres 0 for 9.
So that .082 is going down significantly, huh?
Going to be sitting in the 060s now, maybe? And now he's got Kuz at 1 and 2. Kevin 0 for 1 today as he grounded out the third back in the second inning. So right now with 2 strikes, hitters hitting .075 against Ted Lilly. Who's trying to overcome those odds. Way outside. Slipped out of the hand of Lilly.
Whoa, he nearly hit Jack. See that? It was going right for Jack's dome.
That wasn't on the menu, was it?
Yeah.
Two outs, nobody on in the San Diego fourth. A 2-2 to Coos. Sharply hit, but right to the shortstop, Terrio. 4 in a row retired by Lilly, a frustrated Coos. It's been a frustrating day for hitters on both sides.
Mid-game recap brought to you by Murray Lamper Construction. If you're looking for a company that'll give you a great value, call my friends at Murray Lamper Construction. Dedicated to 100% customer satisfaction since 1975, or get on the web. Go to murraylampert.com.
Didn't take much to get caught up on the mid-game recap today.
No. We have ourselves a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel.
Milton Bradley. Milton flied to right his first time. Left field, and Headley. Second time that Bradley has flied out. Hey, let's answer that Aflac trivia question. Ted Lilly traded by the Expos to the Yankees as part of a package for what Japanese-born pitcher? Hideki Arabu. And you mentioned the connection that he had to the Padres. Is they had his original rights,
right,
and he wanted to go to the Yankees,
right,
which they worked out. But the trade that sent Lilly to the Yankees March 17th. That's fouled out of play by Reed Johnson. The Expos sent Ted Lilly and Christian Parker to the Yankees. Hideki Arabu. Well, Hideki Arabu just kind of fell off the face of the earth at the end.
Isn't that when George Steinbrenner dubbed him the Fat Toad?
It doesn't sound like a...
How about the boss coming out in the post and saying that?
Your days are probably numbered when that happens, huh?
Yeah, not good.
I think he did go back to Japan and pitched a little bit, didn't he?
I think he did.
1-2 to Reed Johnson. Goes up after it and strikes out. 3 Ks for CY. 2 down in the 5th.
Johnson going after the high breaking ball.
Two away for second baseman Mike Fontenot. Fontenot in the second, fouled out to the catcher Nick Hundley. 2 balls, no strikes.
Oh,
Got a piece of Nick.
he's getting beat up. One in the grill, one on the arm. Got one in the collarbone the other day. Remember that one?
Oh, that one was.
Yeah. This one looks like.
Oh,
man.
the left shoulder.
Yeah.
Three balls and a strike. That'll take it full. Fouled out of play left side. .61 pitches here with 2 outs in the 5th.
Pretty good ratio, too, for Chris Young. Not bad.
Fontenot spoils one, fouling that away. Went up after it, and a little flare in the left center's a base hit. The CY had retired the first 14 batters of the game.
And you know what? He swung at ball 4. That ball is well up in the zone, up around the shoulders. Fontenot fights it off. Just over Wilson's head and not hit hard enough for Headley or Harrison to get to it. So the first time in the stretch tonight or this afternoon for Chris Young.
Catcher Giovanni Soto. Runner takes off. Breaking ball. No chance. A steal for Fontenot, his second of the season.
Chris using his regular delivery because he wants to throw a quality pitch. I don't know where that pitch missed. I know Nick Hundley came up out of crouch a little bit to try to throw the runner out, but that was a darn good breaking ball. It was called a ball.
2-0.
This is a stolen base. Well, yeah, I thought that was on the outside corner. Maybe off the plate a little bit, but the umpire has a better view than I do.
Soto flying to deep center his first time up. There's a strike call.
I think I hear Ronnie Woo Woo. Hear that guy, Cubs, woo, Cubs, woo. Hear him in the background?
I do. Grounded to third. Kuz fumbles it. Throw to first. Still got it. Well, Kuz, who has not committed an error this season, benefits from the catcher running there. And it ends the inning. Cubs do get their first hit at first base runner and Strand. Fontenot aboard.
June 20th. It's the night before Father's Day. Of course, it's home of the favorite, my favorite lobster buffet. No ties, no tire ties like this. Make it a night of bonding. Tickets at Ticketmaster and at valleyviewcasino.com. In fact, you know what? I'm going to call my dad right now. Dad, I love you.
Deal or no deal? Deal.
I got
for Howie Mandel.
I got the same hairdo as Howie Mandel, too. Have you ever seen Howie in concert?
I have not.
I hear he's pretty funny. Great show. Great venue at Valley View.
I hear Howie is a germaphobe. Is that the best way to put it? Hundley out in the center field. Johnson. Five in a row now retired by Lilly. Who's going to blink first here today?
I don't know. Both these pitchers are locked on. They're definitely in a groove. Hitting their spots. I mean, nobody, only one guy has reached second base, and that's fine, though. That was last inning. There's been a lot of right turns at first base.
You paint the outside corner like that, and have some success. 1 ball, 1 strike. Headley called out on strikes in the second. Going back out there, fouled back.
Well, Lilly right now at 58 pitches, he has thrown as many as 104, and he's done that 3 times this year.
Big breaking ball, chopped slowly. Lilly trying to barehand do or die, but can't come up with it. Be a base hit, infield hit for Headley.
This ball had some funky spin on it, and I'm thinking if Ted wanted to try to do that one again, he'd probably want to try to maybe make the glove hand there rather than go with the backhand.
I think he had the time to do that.
The glove, cradle it, and then do the transfer. I mean, he's a good athlete. Just maybe tried to rush that one, and that's understandable. You know, as a pitcher, you get that ball out in front of home plate. Seems like an easy play, but you got to catch it and throw it.
So there's the first 2-strike hit for the Padres today. Third hit overall for San Diego. Macias in the third, led off and flied out to left. Down the line and right, hooking. Will it stay fair? It is fair. Bounces in the corner. Headley will be stopped at third. It's a double for Macias. Third 2-base hit for Drew Macias, and now the Padres have something going here in the 5th.
Oh, lefty on lefty, and Drew gets, it looked like a fastball, maybe a cutter. Lilly tried to get it away, but left it over the heart of the plate. Getting held up by Glenn Hoffman, and Lou Piniella is going to make a visit to the mound.
Well, discussion time. You got first base open, and the pitcher due up next. I assume the subjects are, you try to get him to chase.
Yeah.
You just automatically put 4 up and put him on.
That's exactly the discussion you're having, because Lou Piniella is looking over at the on-deck circle to Chris Young. Well, I think the first pitch of the at-bat will indicate how they want to go about getting Josh Wilson.
Josh fly to right in the third.
I would pitch to Wilson. They're going to put him on, huh?
They're going to load him up for Chris Young. So
and
you're saying you would have pitched to Wilson, you would have tried to get him to chase something. You're not obviously giving him anything to hit.
Yeah, and the reason why I say that is because, Ted Lilly, a veteran pitcher, been around a long time. I like his stuff. He's throwing in the groove right now. Josh Wilson probably hasn't hit against Ted Lilly all that much, if any.
And hasn't played a bunch.
I guess it's the confidence and the stuff of Ted Lilly that would have made me want to pitch to Josh Wilson.
I bet Ted Lilly probably would have wanted to pitch to Wilson. Just my hunch.
Now you have a force at any base. Infield's going to be a double play depth.
First single to center his first time up, his 5th hit of the season. His most hits in a season is 7 a couple of years ago. Really steps off. And that's into left center for a base hit. Headley scores. Here comes Macias. CY with a 2-run single. How about that from the big right-hander?
Love to see the big Clydesdale swinging that shillelagh. First pitch offering a fastball, trying to go down and in. It was down and in, but he just drops the head. That's the old cricket swing right there, isn't it? I'll tell you what, Sri Lanka is probably calling right now. They need a player.
Top of the order in Eckstein. Here's the squeeze. Shovel over the catcher. Arroyo scores, and now CY on his way to third. The suicide squeeze. Wilson scores, and it's 3-0 San Diego. Lilly took a shot at the plate with that flip right out of the glove and airmailed the plate.
Yeah, you can see the ball sticking in his glove and then going well over the head of Giovanni Soto. No chance. Great call. The merry-go-round inning. 1 on, 1 off.
With a sack for Eckstein, he reaches on the E1. And also allows CY to go to third. RBI for Eck is 13th. Just like that on 2 pitches, it's been a 3-run inning, and now Hairston tries to keep it going. It pulls it foul. He's just tailor-made for this situation, isn't he?
And the idea is no matter where you put the ball, just put the ball in play. You've got the runner coming down the third base line. It just goes to show you, they're often running when the pitcher starts. So even if the ball is bunted directly at the pitcher, it's no big deal. The guy's got a great jump. He's going to score.
Yeah, even had Lilly been perfect with that flip, I don't think they were going to get Macias anyway. Or Wilson, that is. A double play ball, possibly. Terrio, Fontenot, Cahoff power to end the inning, but San Diego scores 3 times on 3 hits, and the big blow coming from the right-hander, CY, and a suicide squeeze. Tuesday, June 2nd, is the Padres single A team. The Lake Elsinore Storm takes on the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes beginning at 2:30. Then after that, Padres take on the Phillies at 7:05. Visit Padres.com to get your tickets. David Eckstein with the suicide squeeze bunt. Two-hit game for Chris Young. 2 RBIs. And he's back to the mound for the top of the 6th inning. 3-0 Padres gunning for their 9th straight win here on this homestand. Eight, 9, and 1 hitters come up for the Cubs in the 6th. And leading off is third baseman Bobby Scales. Scales called out on strikes in the 3rd. Quickly, no balls, 2 strikes. Coming up on 70 pitches. And CY perfect through the first 4 2/3 before a Mike Fontenot base hit in the 5th. And that's towards 3rd. Just fouled by inches. You know, when you're going well, you get some breaks. And when you're not going well, like the Cubs,
oh yeah,
you don't get breaks. A week and a half ago at Wrigley, the roles were reversed with these teams, weren't they?
Yeah.
Plus him inside with the 85-mile-per-hour fastball. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Well, hopefully Chris Young get a little streak going again.
Reel off another 9-10 in a row. Back to the mound, off his glove. Now bare hand. Wilson can't come up with it. And the leadoff man is on in the Chicago 6th. Infield hit for Scales.
Just off the glove of Chris Young. And then Wilson tries the backhand. It's just that's just a natural reaction for a pitcher. And you say to yourself, how could I not make that play? I mean, I've been there before. A lot of pitchers have been there before. You just try to stab at it, and you don't catch it cleanly, and that happens.
And now it's going to give the pitcher, Lilly, an opportunity to bunt him over. 1 sack bunt on the year, and now he's going to add another. 3-4.
Ted Lilly, good athlete. Putting that down the first baseline, drawn in the first baseman Adrian Gonzalez. And congratulations all the way around for Lilly.
Alfonso Soriano has fouled to first and popped to second. So back to the top of the Chicago order here. Towards 3rd. Into the mitt of Kuz. Throws across to get him. Kuz looked down in the mitt like, is it there?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And keeps Scales at second, 2 outs.
Even Kuz is kind of chuckling about it a little bit. That ball's got some serious topspin on it. Kuz finds it in his glove, checks the runner at third base, and that saves a run.
Two down for shortstop Ryan Theriot.
I wonder if Ryan Theriot was any relation to Danny Theriot from Dance Fever back in the late 70s.
I think that's been asked. We need to get an answer. I bet Bob Brindley knows that. You used to watch that show frequently?
Oh,
I'm sure.
yeah. He's a big fan. How do you think I got all those dance moves?
Thought maybe it was genetic. You were just naturally born with it. There's BB.
Yeah, he's one of the best. Funny sense of humor. Oh, gosh. He is one funny man. Oh, gosh. The stories I could tell you. His son is in the Cubs chain. Catcher.
Playing at Peoria.
Playing at Peoria, yeah.
In the Midwest League. Two and two on Theriot.
Hey.
Off CY. Lucky bounce to Eck. Throw him out. 1-4-3. When you're hot, you're hot.
Oh,
huh?
Jerry Reed, yeah. Hockey suit. Skate save and a beauty. Nice.
And Adrian shortening up, taking inside ball one. Grounded into a double play in the first and fanned in the fourth. And on the first pitch anyway, thinking I'll take a different approach here. Infield shifting, has shifted. Scales the third baseman way off the line.
Yeah, usually we've seen some teams go with the three men on the right side of the infield, as the second baseman being the rover, but not in this case. Not with the left-hander Lilly up there.
Check swing foul. Yeah, a shift, but not as significant a shift as we have seen other teams employ.
And I think one of the reasons might be is because Lilly has a tendency to pitch Adrian Gonzalez away at times. So, you know, if he tries to pull the away pitch, it's not going to be a, you know, he'll try to hook it. But maybe that's why that shortstop is playing where he is, because if he puts it up the center of the diamond, he can field that position.
Belts at right center field. Reed Johnson chasing it, and it's a one-hopper to the fence. Adrian will cruise on into second with a leadoff double. The infield shift's going to stop that.
Yeah, how about a little insurance here in the bottom of the 6th inning? He stays on a breaking ball nicely. And that's the Adrian Gonzalez swing we know and love.
Fourth two-base hit of the season. He's aboard for Kuz, who's grounded out a couple of times. Grounded once to third and once to short. Last time up, grounded sharply right at the shortstop Terrio. Under the hands, 2-0. Padres do have the leadoff man on base for the first time in this game off Ted Lilly.
This looked like a hanging breaking ball that was elevated. Kevin just couldn't catch up.
Two and two. Another one that was elevated. Escanio is up. Jose Escanio in the Cubs bullpen. Encouragement from Bud in the dugout. He's 0 for 9 in this series. He's in the cleanup spot. And it's 6th each of the first 2 games of the series. Hanging in at 2 and 2.
Well, with the runner on second base, Ted Lilly with a 2-2 count. See if we can pick up what they're going to throw here. 3-2-1-1-2. Fastball in.
Rip left center. Soriano can't get to it. Adrian will score. Cruz will take his spot at second. 4-0 Padres. Good at bat there for Cruz. Picks up his 13th run batted in.
Well, from Lilly's standpoint, he didn't get it in enough. He left it over the heart of the plate. It was elevated. You can see Soto's glove, outer third, elevated, and it's an in and out inning. A double-double.
Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach, out to visit with Lilly.
That was a classic case of Ted Lilly just missing with location. Left it out and up over the plate. Let's take a look. First look at Soto's glove where he's set up, and then look where he has to go. Up and away. Good for Kuz, taking advantage of that mistake. And a little more breathing room and some padding for the big old right-hander, Chris Young.
Nick bunting. Soto coming towards the screen, makes the catch. the first out of the inning.
Nick kind of poked at it, you know what I'm saying? And when you poke at it, you go and get it. The bat head has a tendency to maybe dip a little bit, and that's why the ball went straight up, because he got underneath the baseball. Happens quite a bit.
Headley. Lilly going to get the lead man, Kuz. 1-5 on the putout, and Headley now at first on the fielder's choice. Hey, Friar Faithful, the Padres are asking you for your favorite Padres memory from the past 40 seasons. Visit the fan forum page on Padres.com for your chance to enter the Padres Memories Contest. The Padres will be selecting 13 winners throughout the season to win a special prize pack. So visit Padres.com and share your favorite memory today. Well, we got one up here in the booth today. David Singh is here. There goes the runner. Pitch a ball, throw to second. And a steal for Chase, his 6th of the year.
Going on the first move. Trying to get that guy in the scoring position to try to add on here in the 6th.
David Singh, who's here at the ballpark today, he's from Spring Valley. He was a 10-year-old in 1969 at a Padre game. It's hit to left field and foul. It was batting helmet day. Came out, and some knucklehead stole his batting helmet.
So this is when he was 10.
When he was 10 years old in 1969, leaving the ballpark, somebody took his batting helmet. He wrote a letter to Preston Gomez. We actually have a copy of the letter here in the booth. Preston Gomez sent him a letter back saying that we'll get you a batting helmet at some point, and apparently it didn't happen.
Right.
Well, yesterday they gave Mr. Singh the batting helmet with a lot of the returnees from the '84 team.
Nice.
Signed it to him, and he's here at the ball game today. So, David Singh, welcome back to the ballpark. Got your batting helmet after 40 years, and thanks for coming out to the ballpark today. And Preston Gomez's letter that we have a copy of here in the booth, dated May 25th, 1969. That's 40 years tomorrow.
That's pretty cool.
Two to Drew. Big breaking ball he waited on and hits it foul.
Breaking ball, 2-part swing, foot out in front, recognizes it, trying to keep the hands back, and then just punches it to the left side, foul.
Blocked by Soto. Nearly 90 pitches for Little. Foul pass first.
You know, speaking of that letter, Mr. David Singh, good friend of mine is a retired police officer, Jim Singh. Used to go to motorcycle policeman. I wonder if that's any relation.
We'll have to ask.
In fact, I'll bet he is. Whoa, thank you.
The borderline pitch does not go Lily's way.
This is a darn good pitch from Lilly. That ball is not low. That is not low. So the Padres catch a break. Let's take a look from the side. Oh, yeah, that's above the knee.
Two on, two outs for shortstop Josh Wilson. Scales could step on the bag to end the inning. Friars had a run, though. Lead 2, and at the end of 6, San Diego 4, the Cubs nothing. It's ready. It's time for Win Every Day in May, presented by Hawaiian Airlines. Text OPS and your full name to 269-411 for your chance to win a pair of Hawaiian Airlines tickets or other great prizes now. Hawaiian Airlines, America's #1 airline for quality and performance.
Chris Young right at 80 pitches, 50-30 on the split. About to go to work here in the 7th inning. CY is in control.
3, 4, and 5 for the Cubs. And ball 1 low to Micah Hoffpower. Popped to short in the 1st, then in the 4th with a 3-0 count, fouled out to Kuzmanov, who had to reach in the stands to make the catch. There's a strike call. And 2-0 to 2-2 on Hoffpower. Fan in the first or second row of the upper tank making the catch on that foul. Cubs head home after the game. They've got the Pirates at Wrigley tomorrow, while the Padres head to Arizona. Full count. Day baseball tomorrow, 12:40 Pacific. No TV tomorrow from Phoenix. Chad Godin against Doug Davis. We're back on Tuesday night. Four strikeouts for CY. Our comparison brought to you by Marvin K. Brown, San Diego's newest Mitsubishi dealer. And let's compare Milton Bradley's numbers on this date a year ago with the Rangers, hitting .327 with 8 homers, 28 RBIs. And there's his numbers currently with the Cubs.
How many games did he DH with the Rangers last year?
We can find the exact number, but a bunch.
Yeah.
Primarily
majority.
ADH. The majority, certainly. Whips that into right. And Bradley has a base hit, his first of the afternoon.
Well, there's no doubt he can hit. He is definitely a threat. swinging early in the count. He gets the fastball in. He's got a great swing. I want to button up that story about the letter for Preston Gomez. Mr. David Singh.
You're talking about David?
I told you Jim Singh's a friend of mine from El Cajon.
Mm-hmm.
That was his son.
What a coincidence.
Jim called me in between innings, and David Singh is Jim's son who wrote that letter. Small world. And what a great gesture on behalf of the late Preston Gomez to take the time to write a letter like that.
Yeah, we've got a copy of the letter. Here's the letter. It's actually a copy of the letter that was sent.
Stationery from 1969.
Yeah.
Letterhead, I
there.
should say. Yeah. Very cool.
The letterhead. May 25th, 1969. Deep left field. Headley back. And it gets out. First of the year for Reed Johnson, and that cuts the lead in half. Got ourselves a game again here.
Well, it was a 1-0 pitch. And Chris wanted it down and away, and they elevated it for Reed Johnson. And that ball just got out.
Kirk gets up in the San Diego bullpen. The 2-0 to Fontenot. Way high, ball 3.
You have to keep an eye on some of the, Chris Young pitches up in the zone sometimes. He pitches down in the zone. He's more of a north and south type guy. But if he consistently, he can go up there by design. But like that pitch there was fouled. If Nick Hundley is set up to where he wants the pitch down, the target is down, and then it leaks on the other side of the plate, and then it's up, that's when maybe Darren Ballsy, starts to look and say, okay, maybe we should start looking to the bullpen. See Nick down and away? That one leaks up and over. And that's a significant difference. So pitchers really got to concentrate on getting that pitch down in the zone.
Well, retired the leadoff man, getting half power on strikes, but Bradley a base hit, Johnson the 2-run homer. I think you get a 4-2 game. 3-2 to Fontenot. To the shortstop and Josh Wilson. A 2-run home run for the Cubs. Significant in that they had only 3 runs total in their previous 5 games.
Yeah.
All the runs in this series have come via the long ball. Derek Lee solo shot last night, their lone tally, and they were blanked here on Friday. Soto's flying to deep center and grounded to third. Another one to center field. Retreating Hairston, warning track, and makes the grab. Second time today that Soto has sent Scotty to the warning track in center. But a 2-run homer for Reed Johnson, and the Cubs are back in it. Check out fandiego.com. For ceiling fans, go to Fan Diego. And our Fan Diego fans of the game for seventh inning stretch time here at Petco Park. Third recruit training battalion, Lima Company here today, and Marines and Diaz.
Ah, you can't beat fun at the old ballpark, huh?
Park at the Park busy today.
Did we get an attendance figure yet? It's got to be up there.
None as of yet.
It's got to be close to 40,000.
This game progresses into the bottom of the seventh inning. It was scoreless into the bottom of the fifth. Padres scored 3 times, added 1 in the 6th. And the Cubs getting the 2-run homer from Reed Johnson in the top of this inning. So Lilly back to the mound. CY's afternoon finished. 9-1-2 here for San Diego. And the Padres will pinch hit for Chris Young with Edgar Gonzalez.
Nice day in the big leagues for CY, huh? He threw the ball extremely well. Retired the first 14 hitters faced before giving up a single in the 5th.
At the knees, strike 1. I requested for a moment as the ball got away from the Cubs bullpen. Down the left field side. Fair ball and bouncing into the corner. Edgar racing for second. He'll pull up there with a pinch hit double.
Well, isn't that some kind of nice for Edgar? Coming off the bench. Soft breaking ball down and in to the righty. Better make sure, and Ted Lilly knows this, you get it down and in to where if he hits it, it's going to be foul into the stands. That one over the plate. Second double bagger for Gar.
Three pitches for Lilly. Top of the order for the Friars and David Eckstein. David laid down the suicide squeeze bunt in his last plate appearance. He's 0 for 2. Aaron Heilman loosening for the Cubs.
You know, if Eck had longer hair, I'd call him Tanner from the Bad News Bears because he's such a gamer. But that doesn't fit. Get down.
Scooped up by Scales. Fontenot covering.
Huh. That's a shocker. Eckstein getting the bunt down and getting the job done.
Advancing Edgar over to third.
Nicely done, Mr. Eckstein. He popped it up at first. You can see that. And Scales, he likes to get that on the short hop and get an out rather than trying to say, okay, well, maybe it's going to go foul.
6th sack bunt of the season for Eckstein. Here comes Lou Piniella.
You know, wait till the umpire comes up. Heilman is ready to go. He's just standing on top of the mound, waiting to see if there's a sign.
There's the move. That's all for Lilly. After 6 1/3. Cubs pitching change. You can see the new CTSV now in stock at your local San Diego Cadillac dealer. Heilman comes on for the Cubs. Block and brick, retaining walls, interlocking pavers, natural stone. Everything for your hardscape needs. Create your dream yard today. Visit rcpblock.com. Into the game is Aaron Heilman.
Aaron Heilman can be erratic at times. You see the walks to innings pitched. 18 innings, 13 walks, and he's going to have to rely on that hard sinker and that slider. Lou Piniella is going to bring the infield in and try to cut down that 5th run for San Diego, keeping a 2-run deficit.
Second appearance of the series for Heilman, who worked here on Friday night. An inning and a third. No runs, 2 hits, a walk and a strikeout. A 1-for-3 day for Hairston, who singled in the first. Edgar, who led off the inning with a pinch hit double, is at third with 1 out. 4-2 Padres, bottom of the 7th. As Mud mentioned, infield in here for the Cubs, trying to cut off the run at the plate. Fouled off, a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, Heilman got away with one there. Man, Scotty Hairston wants that pitch back. You take a look at this hanging slider. Oh, my. You know, it just goes to show you how tough this game is, especially trying to hit. A hanging slider like that, the guys either swing through it or foul it back. This is a tough game.
93 is high. Scott for the series, 2 out of 10. Lays off 3-2. Got a lefty Adrian on deck.
Nobody on second base, infield in. I'm going to guess. I was going to guess slider. It is a slider.
Same thing.
Let's take a look in again. Fastball away. Trying to bring back that sinker probably.
Two away.
Well, he went with the fastball and had a little tail on it. That's, in fact, the fastball in the outer part of the plate.
They'll walk Adrian to bring it to right, hitting Kuzmanov. Whoa. Alman sending Soto way out there. That one not too bad. 3-0. First and third, 2 outs for Kuz. Coors Light freeze cam for Kuz. 2-run double his last time up. RBI double, that is, his last time up. Took it to left center field off of Lilly. Ball one inside. $39,593 paid attendance on this Sunday at Petco Park. Final game of this homestand. A foul into the Cubs dugout. Players trying to win their 9th in a row, all on this homestand. Into left field. Soriano back at the fence. Gone! 3-run blast for Kuz. There's some breathing room for the Padres. (7-2) San Diego. Number 4 on the year for Kevin.
Well, you're going to intentionally walk Adrian to get to me, huh? Well, sorry about it. Had a nice grab by the fan out there. You bet. Put another notch in the Schlaley for Kuz. Oh,
4 RBI game for Kuz now.
He's got the broom. Who wants an orange whip? Orange whip? Orange whip? Orange whip? 3 orange whips.
Hundley fouls it. Wow. Well, if the Padres can hang on, you're talking about a sweep on a couple of different levels.
Oh, yeah.
Of the series and of a 9-game homestand. Last time the Padres had an undefeated homestand was May of 2005 when they took a 6-game homestand. 13th through the 18th, beating the Marlins 3 times and Atlanta 3 times. We're talking a 9-gamer here. There's still some baseball to play. But Kuz says, let's add some insurance and make it a 5-run game. Daquan Casino's incredible all-you-can-eat prime rib buffet now for only $10. New hurler for the Padres comes in, and it's Luke Gregerson.
This is unbelievable. This is the best reality TV I've watched in a long time. The Padres with a 7-2 lead going into the 8th, yo. Word up. And Luke Gregerson throwing the ball extremely well. Oh, yeah, Monogram's getting a little froggy right now. And loving it.
Well, let's look at the Cubs. They've intentionally walked 2 Padres today, and immediately after those 2 walks, 5 RBIs. 2-run single for Chris Young after the intentional walk to Wilson in the 5th, and then the 3-run homer for Kuz after the intentional walk of Adrian in the just completed 7th.
Can you say some kind of nice?
Some kind of nice. Bobby Scales taking low, 8-9-1 here for the Cubs.
Still got to keep pressing, though, right?
Yeah, it's not over. Got 6 outs to get. Angels trying to help out in that freeway series. Dodgers won in extra innings last night. In fact, everybody in the National League West was victorious yesterday. The division needs some help. You know, the Dodgers have the best overall record in baseball. Ferguson comes back and strikes out Scales. Let's look at our leaderboard presented by Avalanche Heating and Cooling. Your comfort is our priority. Most consecutive home wins in a season. If they can hang on here, it would be 10 in a row for the Padres. And historically, still, that's fairly insignificant compared to what those teams have done in history.
That's unbelievable. I would have, if somebody were to ask me that question, what's the number, right, for the most consecutive? There's no way I would even come close to 24.
It's a lot of home wins in a row, as you saw last time by the '88 Red Sox. Fukudome pinch hitting for Heilman. Seven runs, 9 hits, no errors for San Diego. 2-4-1 for the Cubs. Strike call.
Luke has that snapping slider and that tailing fastball. He gets the call just off the plate. There's that slider. Man, some good tilt.
The 7 runs scored by the Padres today, the most they've scored in almost a month. Ooh, ouch. Padres last scored 7 April 27th at Colorado. Actually lost that game 12-7 to the Rockies. That's Coors Field for you. Slap to third, coming down with a Coors. Nice. Four RBI game and flash in the leather as well.
Coos doing a little Cirque du Soleil out there. A little leg kick. Or is that river dance? That's more river dance for Coos. Yeah. Dancing with the Stars with Coos.
2 outs, bases empty. Soriano up. He gets into one, but he should be caught by Hairston. Scott waiting on it. Bullpen staying strong. Ferguson sets him down in order. Memorial Day with incredible factory price rollbacks. Go to Jerome's.com for details and enter for your chance to win the Jerome's best seat online at Jerome's.com. When you paid the lowest price on your new furniture, that's Jerry's price.
Well, it's 3 to 3:15 as the caddy swim down there at that pool. You can see it's pretty much cleared out. A couple of caddies enjoying an afternoon dip.
There's the Jerome's winners for today.
Those are sweet seats, aren't they?
Friars come up in the 8th and face Neil Kotz. Kotz pitched here on Friday night. 1 inning, 1 run, serving up a solo home run to Adrian Gonzalez. Headley 1 for 3 today. A little infield hit to the pitcher, Lilly, in the 5th for Chase. He strikes out here. That got things going in the 5th. That was a scoreless game at that point. Sometimes it takes just a little base knock to get it going, and that's what triggered it for the Friars in the 5th. Here's Macias, who helped along in that 5th inning with a double.
Well, Neil Kotz pitched back on Friday night. He's got a fastball. He has. Fastball, slider. I should say he throws, right? He throws a fastball, slider, and a curve. Because he's got is not grammatically correct. Then I want to be the wordsmith that I know I can be. Mark Neely.
You can articulate it. You know, I think got may be
it's
correct,
it's
but
more
it
like
just
slang. It sounds. You know what I'm saying.
You could show more action with a different word. This is popped up, and the shortstop makes the catch, Terrio. 2 away. Working at your craft.
He's got game.
See, if it can be a movie title, I guess they could use got.
Sure.
Every once in a while. Base is empty for shortstop Josh Wilson. Who, along with the rest of the team, will be headed to Phoenix after the game, where Josh began his year with the Diamondbacks. Arizona, by the way, has been playing better. Coming into today, they had won 4 in a row. They are trailing Oakland right now 4-1 in the 8th inning. We will see the D-backs for the first time with their new manager.
That's right.
A.J. Hinch. Bob Melvin's final game was right here at Petco Park. Strike call. Well, even if the Padres can hang on here, then the question becomes, all right, now there's an 11-game road losing streak to contend with as of tomorrow. It's bounced towards the middle. Fontenot ranging, slings it, makes a good play to throw out Wilson. Friars go in order. It's going to set the stage, though, for the 9th. Heart of the order will come up for the Cubs. A 5-run San Diego lead. And they're in Arizona tomorrow. No TV for the 12:40 Memorial Day game. Godin against Davis. We're back on Tuesday with a Honda Dealers pregame show at 6:15 Pacific time. Brought to you by the Honda Dealers of San Diego County. Visit one of our 9 dealerships to test drive an all-new 2009 Honda. Into the game for the ninth is Greg Burke.
Well, second night in a row for Greg Burke. I should say pitched last night. Pitched a third of an inning. And a nice way. Did Burke go a third of an inning?
Third of an inning, correct.
And you see the numbers there for Greg Burke. So a nice opportunity for the right-hander to close this one out. Shut it down with a 7-2 lead.
Part of the order, though, for the Cubs. Terrio, Hoffpower, and Bradley. This game was scoreless until the bottom of the 5th. Padres led 3-0, 4-0, 4-2, now 7-2 in the ninth. Trying to sweep the 3-game series and the 9-game homestand. Bounce towards the middle and Eckstein. Holding the bag, Adrian, 1 out. This homestand began with the Reds, if I could take you back. And a 5-3 win over Cincinnati on Friday the 15th. Let's not forget the 16-inning game. 6-5, which Hundley won in the 16th. And a 3-1 win thanks to Jake to sweep the series with the Reds. Then in came the Giants. A couple of 2-1 games, then a 3-2 game, all 1-run victories over the Giants. Then in come the Cubs. 4-0 here on Friday. 3-1 last night. Now 7-2 here in the ninth today. Hoffpower 0 for 3. Still 2 outs to get here. But if I had told you coming into the homestand that this team was going to go 9-0, you would have thought I was either, what, A, overly optimistic, 2, completely stupid, C, all of the above. You know?
Yeah, I would have said, where do I put my money?
Drew Macias, 2 outs.
But you being the hot babe that you are, I know that you wouldn't come up with something ridiculous like that.
I would not have come up with that to begin the homestand. Cubs down to their final out. Here's Milton Bradley. $39,593. Here at Petco on this Sunday. Little tap. Burke. 9 games on the homestand. 9 Friars wins.
Do you see the light? Do you see the light? Yes, yes, I've seen the light.
7-2. Padres win it, sweep the series with the Cubs, and sweep the 9-game homestand. Incredible. And get to the 500 mark.